How much do you know about the recruiter badge? Hey, ScouterStan, let's talk about that recruiter badge. This subject comes up all the time. As you can see, we get this question quite often. The recruiter patch is something that the youth earn by getting one of their friends or more to actually join the unit. So whether it be a troop, a pack, a crew, a ship, whatever you have, if you can get the youth to really get there and have some of their friends, join along with them, that makes it so much better. The scout actually, they're actually invested at that point. That way they're going to be part of the unit and really start recruiting on a regular basis. And this badge is a way to recognize that. Now, here are some ways to get your youth membership more involved in recruitment for your unit. Explain to the scouts that they have an opportunity to really improve all of the things that are going on within the scout unit. Whether it be a troop or a pack or a crew or a ship, it is all a matter of recruiting young people to have those opportunities for leadership. If they're not there, that unit will not survive. So the benefits are very important to explain right at the beginning. Maybe even dedicate an entire meeting or several meetings over a period of time to actually explaining that and earning that recruiter badge. Now, it is quite common to set a goal. That's totally fine. It would be nice if every scout got the recruiter badge by inviting or having one of their friends join their unit. That would double your unit. So having that as a goal is a wonderful thing. Now, you also have to work with your recruitment team. And we've actually talked about recruitment and recruitment teams and how that all works. That's the video. So check that out. And those are great tips to keep your unit moving forward. Now, a lot of units need to have some training. When back in the day, when I was learning sales, we would have these instead of getting together and really just role playing out that information that is there that the scout can give to a friend and actually do a little bit of role playing, and you can make it fun. You can have ones that don't want to join under any circumstances, and you can have ones that will if they get all the information they want. That's something that you can work with the recruitment team. And recruitment should not be once a year. It should be year-round. And the youth have this opportunity to get friends involved in their scouting unit. And that's so important. Now, some units actually make incentives. And those incentives could be as simple as if you get one scout addition to your unit through that recruiter program. There might be a percentage off a summer camp. There could be discounts on equipment. There's a lot of different things you can do as incentives, along with, of course, the recruiter badge. That's something that needs to be presented. And those incentives are great, but you want to make sure that there's a pathway to that. Make sure that there's something going on with that. That's very important. Now, this is something that's really cool. There are units out there that have recruiters. They have the recruiter patch, the badge, and they have scouts who have done the same, and so on and so on. It's important that we point that out. Courts of honor are a wonderful place to do that. I can recall being at an Eagle Court of Honor where the Eagle Scout actually wanted to thank the recruiter, his friend, who got him into the troop. And without that, he would never have had the opportunity to be an Eagle Scout. So this was huge. And every single scout in that audience was wearing the recruiter badge. Huge, huge troop. Okay? So think about it. You can really turn things around from the youth towards the unit so that it moves forward that direction. That is so incredible. You need to set that up so it can happen. Now, before we go any further, I do want to invite you to our monthly meeting. It's on the first Sunday of each month, and it's at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So you're more than welcome to join us and ask questions and just have fun. You know, that's one of those wonderful things about that meeting. I also want to thank everybody on Patreon for their continued support of our channel. And our channel members. You can be a channel member. You hit the join button and join up. There's all kinds of badges and emojis and different things. They even get the videos exclusively for themselves, ad-free, which is an added bonus. And then, of course, if you don't want to join in and do a monthly donation, you could always do a one-time donation by hitting the thanks button. So get involved. I really do appreciate all that you do in scouting and here on the channel. Now, youth leaders should be encouraged to work with the regular recruitment team going out and actually meeting with potential new scouts, whether it be Cub Scouts or in a troop type of situation, a crew, a ship, what have you. They need to be part of that team that goes and does those sign-up nights and sign-up activities, parent nights at the school. There's a lot of opportunities out there. In fact, I'm going to put a link that is actually to go over and see more about the actual team environment. They should be a part of that. Let them brainstorm. The youth come up with the best ideas. They really do. So listen, okay, adult leaders, listen to what they have to say. They come up with some of the best ideas, and they can help with recruitment, and that is everything, okay? You need to have that recruitment going on constantly. Now, keep in mind, you also want to foster a very welcoming environment. There's nothing worse than coming in something new and everybody talking another language with all these acronyms, okay? Don't use acronyms. Try to be friendly, courteous to the new scout. That is critical to them feeling comfortable and wanting to stay and participate. So definitely make it a welcoming environment. Make sure that they have an opportunity to meet with the assistant scoutmaster that's directly involved with the new scout emphasis patrol in a troop. There might even be a troop guide. That's important. If they're in Cub Scouts, make sure that the den leader knows that they're new and they are friends with another Cub Scout. So that's important. The same thing's true in a crew. Make sure that all of the crew members know the new people and welcoming them. Maybe you have a mentor, to kind of guide them and help them just for, let's say, a few months, okay? So that helps make it more friendly and courteous. That is so important to have that friendly relationship there, especially with new scouts that are coming in. Now, one of the biggest motivators there is celebrating accomplishments. That is so big. You know that. As an adult leader in the unit, if you have a new scout and they achieve, it should be broadcasted. They should be brought up on stage. There should be a handshake of every leader. And it's so important that they get acknowledgement for those accomplishments. So important, because every time you do that, you're building. And as you build along that path, they're going to want to do more. Okay? So this is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Especially in Cub Scouts, you have this building of that character. In Scouts BSA, you have that same thing, but you want to make sure that you're recognizing those ranks as they're going up the ladder and learning all those Scout skills. Major important. You gotta note these things. Crew, ship, everything has to be, when there's an accomplishment, we need to stop and we need to acknowledge it. And not to embarrass anybody, but that's another thing. But make sure that they are rewarded for all of that work. That is a good, positive thing, and it helps the Scout move along. Another big thing is to provide a moment where you can get feedback from the new Scouts, the new ones that just came in. You want to hear, why did they join? Who was their friend that brought them to the meeting? That's something that the adult leadership needs, that information. That information needs to be conveyed from the Scouts to the leadership, the adult leadership, so that they can better serve those new Scouts. That is very important to remember. The new Scouts coming in, we need to hear what they want, what they like, what they want to do, what are their intentions in Scouting. These are the things that we need to know so that we can fulfill that and give them those opportunities to do that. So that if we don't know, we can't. So that is the critical part of that feedback. Feedback is really a gift. They say it constantly at Woodbadge. Constantly, because it's true. It is a total gift to the unit so that they can take that gift and really create the opportunities and the adventures and all the great things that Scouting is known for, so that that Scout can really blossom with all of the things that happen in Scouting. Now this next big thing is a challenge, okay? Lead by example. Now you already do this. I hope that you are doing that example, but it's totally fine to get your friends as an adult leader to also join. That is fantastic. Now as far as wearing the recruiter patch, you may need to have that cleared by your district and council. So I know I had to go through that process. So keep that in mind as far as that badge for the adults. But there's a badge on the inside too. So when you're helping the unit stay together, stay, as a cohesive group that works together, bringing your friends in and them, and having other Scout leaders bring their friends in, and it's the snowball. It just gets bigger and bigger. And that is a wonderful thing. You want the unit to be big enough so that you have all those opportunities there. Small units tend to struggle, so we want to make them bigger by recruiting. And most of the time, we fail in recruiting when we don't make the ask. When we don't say, here's an application. We don't do the actual, okay, fill this out and we'll get you training. That's another thing. With adult leaders that got all that training, maybe you should have your friend over and you both go through that same online training together. That would be awesome. YPT can be done that way. All of the Scoutmaster stuff, all the Den Leader, all the Cub Master, all that stuff can be done as groups. And that way you can sit and talk about the ideas that are part of that training, make it even more important. Those are incredible opportunities not to be missed. You definitely want to take advantage of that and get those leaders in. And then you've got that succession plan. So that way you have backups. If you can't make the meeting, somebody else can. And it might be your friends. So that's a wonderful thing. Scouting is a wonderful, wonderful gift. And we need to have that opportunity to recruit new Scouts and new leaders, new families into the scouting family and all of the different things that we do. That is so important, and we do a lot of work towards that. So let's keep that good hard work up. By implementing a lot of these strategies, I believe scouting can only improve. By having your friends be a part of it, that is huge. And we do a lot, and we work a lot with all the different things in scouting. And I want to make sure that you're aware that I appreciate everything you do in scouting. This is something we're doing to really make really great leaders for America, to make those great leaders that can make good, sound, moral decisions for a great future. That is huge. So keep up that good hard work, and if you get a chance, make sure you check out the video on recruitment, and that'll answer a lot more questions. And until next time, I will see you on the trail.